This might get weird.
Are we rolling already?
Oh, we're rolling already.
Holy smokes. Grace Helbig, cheers.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
I mixed it up. I said your name first.
I noticed.
I want to keep this audience on their toes.
We don't want to get stale and repetitive.
No, thank you. We ain't no croutons.
What?
A little stale.
Oh.
And sometimes you're eating a salad and you're like, we get it. It has croutons,
Yeah.
which would make it repetitive.
It's just bread.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't order a panzanella.
Yep. What?
Panzanella is a bread salad.
Really?
Yeah, it's like an Italian specialty. They crouton out the bread a little bit.
Sometimes I like to think about how drunk and desperate the person that invented bread pudding was. That they're like, I want something sweet, but I also just fucking want bread.
Yeah, who's the monster who was like, welcome to my dinner party. We're having panzanella salad and bread pudding. That would be my goal, though, if I had the metabolism for it. Absolutely.
I mean, that is a high-class dinner party. I remember the first time that when I lived in Brooklyn, I was living with my two college roommates at the time, Andy and Michelle, and we decided we were going to be adults and we would throw a dinner party. And then we realized none of us knew how to cook, but Michelle knew how to make scrambled eggs really well.
No.
So we had a trough of scrambled eggs at our dinner party that we invited everyone over to, and then like hummus and pita, and that's about it. And then Guitar Hero. It was
I would have flipped a fucking table.
We had a studio apartment with a trough of eggs and 20 people. And it was sweaty and not well aerated. It was quite a time. Totally adult.
That is amazing. And the combo of hummus and egg. I went to a dinner party once, or it was more just like a hangout party, but the only food she had, and she started preparing when we got there, she had like whole potatoes. And she was like, should we fry them up? Should we mash them? I was like, you bought a bag of potatoes as your party, sir? I almost laughed. No, I think I turned it into a really great au gratin situation. But I turned a rotten situation into an au gratin situation.
Oh, also, I kind of like the theme of choose your own potato adventure party.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, potatoes can be prepared in so many different ways.
So you have like a fry bar, which
the best wedding I've ever been to was a mashed potato bar.
Did the wedding?
The wedding was not good, but the mashed potato bar was fantastic.
Were the mashed potatoes served in a martini glass?
Yes. Why? Who decided that?
Why do we need to see the layers of the mashed potato bar?
I mean, you've heard of bowls. What about bowls with stems?
Yes. When you built your martini, mashed martini.
I had a glass of wine and then a martini glass of mashed potatoes.
And then you kept sipping the mashed potatoes and biting the wine. Did you layer it like a parfait? Oh, since it was clear, so you could like see the layers.
Well, I didn't want to overstay my welcome at the martini bar. Like that's the one bar you don't want to be a barfly at.
Totally. Oh my gosh, that is so friggin' funny.
I loved it.
So we just recorded a couple days ago because we're banking this because by the time this comes out, I'm going to be in Mexico.
You're going to be neck deep in mezcal, baby.
I cannot wait.
I'm so excited. Can you tell people what you're doing?
No.
Nope. Okay, cool.
Hashtag secret project. This is 2000
But just know it's some sort of research project.
Yes.
Even though it's going to look on Instagram like you're fully on vacation, but just know it's work related.
I'm working.
Yes.
I am working it. But so that'll be exciting. But when this goes up, by the time this goes up, our videos will already be out where we went to the Saved by the Bell restaurant yesterday.
Yes, Saved by the Max.
Saved by the Max, if you haven't heard of it, is a pop-up restaurant. They've done it in Chicago and LA, and they basically recreate a bigger version of the Max from Saved by the Bell.
And then they have a lot of little vignettes of different, like the
Belding's office, Zach's bedroom, the iconic hallway with the lockers. And we just did a video yesterday, but Grace's concept, which I helped her create.
Yes.
Was
by help, you gave me the actual idea for it.
Okay, I texted you the idea, which was plot or not. I was like, look up some really dumb Saved by the Bell plots.
Being a self-proclaimed Saved by the Bell head.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen every episode more than once. Grace was going to make some up and then quiz me on it. And you guys, if you haven't watched the video, Grace is scarily good at making up fake Saved by the Bell plots.
Thank you.
It was incredible.
It's a very fun writing exercise, actually. It was super fun. Also to read the actual plot lines, log lines of every episode.
You can tell when they're in season 4. We're out of ideas.
Scraping the barrel. Yeah, it was very, very fun, but also made me believe that you and I, like you said yesterday, should start resurrect the idea of Saturday morning television.
I think it would be amazing. I feel like young kids are missing out. It's something to look forward to. It's a reason to get out of bed.
Because when you yes. I mean, if Instagram isn't enough, this will be the better reason to get out of bed.
I'm getting back into cereal. So
the podcast or the food?
No, the food. So the idea of getting to wake up and eat cereal on a Saturday morning and watch some good content.
And you're saying this for people that aren't watching this podcast. Yeah. You're saying this while you're wearing a strawberry covered onesie right now.
Look, I put on a bra for this podcast, but I left my pajamas on. I only put on a bra because the material is very thin.
Oh my God.
Nip City. But I think we should totally bring it back. And when you just said scraping the barrel for plot lines, I'm going to give you a pop quiz.
Okay.
Like Mr. Dewey on Saved by the Bell. If the title of the episode is Scraping the Barrel, give me a plot for that Saved by the Bell episode. Go.
This would be when they're at their on the beach.
Okay,
season.
Malibu
Sands season. You've heard of a message in a barrel, but there's a message in a bottle. There's a barrel that washes on shore that has a message in it.
Oh my God.
And they all find it separately and think it's a message from another person in the group in terms of secret admirer status.
Yes.
So now there's this whodunit murder mystery sort of thing of who's in love with who.
Ooh, and it culminates in a beachside dance.
Yeah.
And then a weird whiskey producer comes up and is like, "Hey, you found my barrel."
Yeah, just a Saint Bernard comes up.
Totally.
It's just oh, my medicinal barrel.
Great job. I love this game.
Thanks. I mean, the it's funny to go through the episodes because some of the names are really punny and some of them they could give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like Screech fucks up. They just stop.
They're like
caring.
Screech smells. You're like, you mean Screech reeks?
Yeah.
It was right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Screecher's pet. God. Okay. We might have to create a Saved by the Bell card game for people to create shit. I'm not going to pay the copywriting fees.
But here's a question. When you were watching all of those, I remember watching S Club 7, and what was the other one that you were telling me about?
S Club 7 was tough because that was... I would find it randomly. I didn't know what time and place that came on.
Right. No, and then
that was syndicated.
There was also Hoop Dreams. Do you remember that? Not Hoop Dreams. Hoop Dreams is a movie.
Hoop Dreams is a tense about the girl on the basketball team.
Yeah. What's the one?
Oh, God.
What is it called? California Dreamin'?
No, California Dreams is about the band and the California. Okay. Saturday morning basketball show. I feel like there's a feminine pronoun in it. Okay, female basketball player, because And there's city guys. CITY. You can see why these guys are streetwise going to see it again.
Yeah, why do I know that song? What is that show?
Because that was also Saturday morning in the same vein called City Guys. Wait, 90s Saturday morning.
I think it's Hoop Dreams. No, it can't be.
Hoop Dreams
is the movie that chronicles the people that are actually playing basketball.
We are 90 million years old. I cannot find this at the moment.
Nicole Byer talk about this on a podcast the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I remember that.
Well, do you remember Hang Time?
Hang Time, that's it.
Yeah.
The hoop dreams of our time.
Hang Time.
Hang Time, hanging together. Me and my friends are hang time.
Hang Time. I always just thought, why not have a female basketball team?
Yeah, what was the premise of that?
Yeah, what was the deal? Why wouldn't they have just a girls basketball
because
team?
She was a female playing on the men's basketball team. That was the premise of that show?
Yeah, but why?
Because everything was backwards then.
Okay.
Women
the
weren't
90s
trendy
were
yet.
crazy.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to ask.
You guys don't even know how many ceilings we broke on Saturday morning TV for you millennials.
But do you remember watching and ever feeling like it was cheesy?
Yeah, I felt...
knowing that you're watching something cheesy but still loving it the whole time.
I have an entire chapter in my first book about the first time I had a panic attack. And in it, I talk about the first time I ever experienced anxiety was watching Saved by the Bell Hawaii because there was no laugh track.
Oh, right. right. That you were like, there's lingering silence. What's
that
going
was the
on?
first time I was like, everything feels different and scary now.
God.
Yeah, and how like even as a kid, I was like, this is
something's missing.
Going back to regular Saved by the Bell, it was like, wait, no, I know the truth. I know the truth now that this isn't fucking funny at all. This is really awkward.
I've been triggered and brainwashed to think that this is supposed to be funny.
Absolutely.
Oh,
training kids where to laugh. Oh, speaking of like 90s and early 2000s, before you got here, I was listening to like a Sirius XM channel, and I've been putting on the 2000s lately, like the Y2Ks, just bringing me back.
I 100%, I go on Spotify and look up 2000s pop playlists.
Yes, it's a nice background. So anyway, they were playing Real Slim Shady, Eminem.
Yes.
And I forgot how hard he goes off on Britney Spears on that song. Oh, claiming she's given head to Carson Daly and Fred Durst. But then he says, she gave me VD. And I'm like, wait. Like that's an actual lyric.
Wait,
is like that that bitch gave me VD or something. I'm like, why would you brag that you got a venereal disease? Like that doesn't make Britney just look bad. That makes everyone embarrassed, right?
And that you are now, maybe it's his public outcry to alert all future sexual partners. So he doesn't have to one by one tell everyone. He's like, it was in my song. I told you I had something.
I don't know, but that song played
nuts.
And directly after it, when you walked in, was Justin Timberlake Cry Me a River. And I was like, why is it
Britney's breaking hearts and spreading
but it's
germs?
Just free Britney right now. Everyone's like,
oh yeah, did
crazy
you see her
about
video?
Britney. So I'm like, look, Britney is going through it right now. So could we not Sirius XM?
Did you see her post?
Yeah, where she was like, I'm fine, I'm just stressed. Like, y'all need to back off my family. But like 12 hours later, she uploaded an Instagram of her lifting weights.
Yes, I did see that too.
That was like, who knew stress could help me lose 5 pounds? Everyone's like, this isn't Britney.
Who is this? What's happening?
They straight up went into the archives.
Yeah, it's a lot to watch. I was at this show, like the Valley Folk is doing this project right now, and I was at their project with them, and I was like in this like holding room, and I saw on my phone like when the Britney Spears video went up of her being like, please, give me some privacy.
Literally leave Britney alone. She should have just reposted that.
Yeah, she posted her own leave me alone. And then as I was looking at being like, I'll look at that later, I looked to my left and the person next to me was already watching the video on their phone. Yeah,
amazing.
Like, her impact knows no bounds.
We all feel a little protective of the Britney Spears.
It's very true.
I did do a fun thing this week.
Tell me.
Okay, so I went to... I already told you about it, but maybe not these details. I went to a brunch for my friend. It was like a business brunch. Oh, yeah. And one of those things where it's like, it looks so Pinterest. Like you get to the event. And I know there wasn't a memo that said, please wear earth tones and light peaches and pinks. But everyone looked like they matched the tableau. And I rolled in a hot pink skirt and a very Saved by the Bell print shirt and sneakers.
Everyone was about to go like plant their own succulents right after the brunch.
Everyone else had stolen a wardrobe from Diane Keaton in As Good as It Gets.
And you were about to go to blacklight roller skating.
Absolutely. I was like, I rolled up to valet, threw them my skateboard and said, keep the change.
It said, eat my shorts.
They said, we want change. So I get in there and they're like, mimosa, no, Capri Sun, hit me.
And put tequila in it.
Ooh. The cheapest you got. So I get there like, oh shit. Everyone looks so beautiful. But it was really fun. It was one of those like 30 powerful women supporting their friend. Had a great time. But they had, as you do, an activity. And they had a crystal reader there.
Oh,
like a crystal
I meant
doctor.
to ask you about this because you mentioned it on your Instagram story, and I kind of brushed through it, and I was like, I'll ask her about it when I see her.
So I guess this crystal reader is supposed to be like one of the best in LA, etc. And what she does is she reads your chakras, and then based on if your chakras are closed or which ones are open, etc.
Are you just standing? Did you lay down?
I'll tell you. Okay. Based on that, she has a little like little doctor prescription and says what crystals you need to help you open up your chakra.
Okay.
Now, as you know, I don't really believe this stuff, but I think it's fucking fun. And placebos are great things.
Cut back to 4 years ago, wherein fucking Phoenix.
Sedona.
Sedona. And you get your...
Welcome to Grace is always almost right.
I'm confidently kind of right. And what you got crystally healed.
I got Reiki.
Is that what it's called? But basically,
Reiki, yes.
That was the only time that our cameraman broke behind the camera laughing so hard because you had your feet
because she had
and your knees.
Because the woman was like dangling crystals over me, and the two things she concluded were that I had bad feet, bad knees, and I was full of gas.
Nicola, our Italian cameraman, who is a consummate professional, like literally fell off of a fucking raft during whitewater rafting to get a shot, literally just started cracking up and shaking the camera. Yeah. But that said, an hour after that healing thing, we literally just like spent $50 on crystals in downtown.
Absolutely. I love a good placebo effect.
Yep.
100%.
So they basically prescribe you crystals based on chakras that aren't open.
If they're like, your throat chakra isn't open, here's a blue agate, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's fun. And she was like a gorgeous redhead and definitely just like, you are LA.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a fun way. So what you do is you go out there and she has one of those crystals on a pendant and she does it all from your hand and she'll be like, now we're looking at the blah, blah, blah chakra.
And if it swings a certain way?
Yes.
Okay.
And, which is weird because she judged it all from one hand. It wasn't from the parts of the body.
Oh, weird.
But as she's going through the chakras, like you're hoping that it starts swinging,
Right.
You're like secretly going,
trying
to create a breeze.
And you're like moving your hand in a circular pattern.
So I was a little nervous because I sat beside this woman at the lunch and I was like, have you gotten this done yet? She goes, yeah, I'm completely broken. And I was like, oh, it's like she's going to tell you like it is, even if it's not good to hear.
But it's also it's not like one person goes up in front of everyone and does this.
No. You go off to the balcony.
Okay.
Yeah, you do it privately. She's
Okay.
like, oh, I'm completely broken. And I was like, oh, that sucks.
Well, sign me up.
I was like, oh no, like I don't know if I want it. So I go out there. She starts reading my chakras. We go through all 7 of them.
Okay.
And all my chakras are fucking open. I mean, she was like, your sacral chakra, I'm not sure, which is like the sex one. She was like, that one's on blast.
You're like, my boyfriend's been out of town.
Yeah, she was like, she literally goes, I have nothing to prescribe to you. All your chakras are wide open.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck yeah, they are. I'd like to thank Chip Morgan. I'd like to thank Mezcal. I'd like to thank the This Might Get Weird podcast for allowing me to make a living in my pajamas. So I was like, believe it or not, I'm walking on there.
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
I roll back into that party and I'm like, sorry, broken bitch. All my chakras are turned to 11.
I'm allowed to wear this bright pink skirt right now.
Yeah, that's y'all's problem. You're in beige.
Yeah. I'm in fucking neon.
Yeah, put on some neon and open up your shocks. So
that's incredible.
had the best time. So I bop around. I talk to other women. There's this other woman who she has a podcast called Get Loved Up. She was amazing, Koya, and
her name's Koya.
Koya Webb, and
that's her real name.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, tall. You'll look at her up on Instagram.
Oh my God.
And lovely.
Yeah.
She's like a motivational speaker, all that. So we're chatting, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my love chakra is like closed." And I was like, "Oh really?" She goes, "I guess I've just been so busy with work, etc." And we talk for a bit. I leave the brunch. I go outside and I'm waiting for my valet, and I see Koya leaned up all cute against the wall waiting for her valet, talking to a really hot dude.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, is it that like that's clearly her hot boyfriend. I'm assuming everything. I just moved to the side and listen.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's her hot boyfriend who she's been like writing a book and a podcast and too busy for.
Right.
And like, that's why it's closed. And then eventually he leaves and she turns to me and I look at her and I was like, excuse me. She goes, I haven't been asked out in like 6 months. That guy just approached me. My chakra is closed. I gave him my number. I was like,
yeah, Koya.
so even if it's placebo, I'm like, bitch, you haven't been on a date in forever.
Yeah.
And someone's saying your love chakra was closed. You walked outside and got asked out by a hot dude because you were giving off the energy that she goes, yeah, he smiled at me and I normally wouldn't, but I just smiled back. And I was like, okay, get it.
And then you said, can I be invited to your probably beautifully Pinterest out wedding?
Yes, exactly. So I thought that was so fun and
so
funny.
Nuts. How do I meet this crystal healer?
I got her card.
Oh, there you go.
Crystal healers in LA have their cards.
Oh, no. I mean, yes. that I want to go sign up for that. I have a funny thing about someone else that you recommended to me. I got my house cleaned.
Yes. Okay.
For the first time in like 2 years.
Just to set it up.
Yeah.
When I had the Oscars fondue party, I think I might have even told them this because this is a great life hack. When Hannah was like, what can I bring? I was like, nothing. I got food, booze. I got all of it. I would love for you to schedule me a TaskRabbit for 2 hours tomorrow to get my house cleaned.
And
it's the best thing you can ask for if you're throwing a party.
It was genius. It was so great. And then you had texted me being like, I got this woman's personal information because she cleaned my house so well.
So well.
And I was like, okay, I need that.
I know this is a privilege.
Yes. But I also know.
Shout it out. I know it's a privilege to have someone come clean your house.
It's a privilege, but also I know my limitations as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I was told by my stepmom when I was 11 that I don't know how to clean, and she's right.
Whoa,
I don't know.
Maureen,
called it like she saw it, and I don't know how to clean. I know how to like surface level, but it'd been like 2 years since I like ever had like any major deep cleaning on my house. So I finally was like, I'm going to do this because I have to put my dog in boarding. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole process. Yours, you have to like put the Sandlot beast.
Yeah, I have to do a whole
away.
thing. And also, I've just been denying that I should like actually spend a little bit of money and get someone that knows how to clean my house because I've just been using Lysol wipes like crazy and being like, that's clean enough.
Yeah.
And then when you have a new boyfriend and they come over, then you realize that, oh, what your level and standards of cleanliness are not what other people think about. So I finally like contacted this woman who was incredibly nice, super kind. And I hate being like in the house or around when like the cleaning situation is happening.
No, you gotta get the fuck out of Dodge. Give them their space.
Yeah. And I also didn't fully have like a full conversation about what exactly was going to happen. You told me it took like 3 hours to clean your place.
It took like 3.5 hours.
Yeah. So I assumed about the same. So like I went and made myself busy for the day and then got a text from her that was like, I thought it was going to be 3 hours. It's going to be 6 hours. And I was like,
that's a shift.
Yeah. And I was like, she's right. This place has not, because she was like, I'm deep cleaning. Like she did every like baseboard, everything, like got into the corners of everything.
The word baseboard makes me horny.
I didn't
the
even
idea
know
of a clean baseboard.
Oh, I didn't even know what those things were. I thought those were like kicking boards for your
totally.
feet.
Is that a mix of baseball and karate?
Yeah. But then, so I was like, okay, that's no problem. I'll keep myself out of the house. Like as long as you need, I'll pay you anything you want. Like I'm so thankful that you're doing all of this. And then at one point, like when it got closer to like the 6 hour mark, she had texted saying, it's actually going to take me a little bit longer. I was like, okay.
Wow.
And I was like,
you nasty.
But I texted her and I was like, okay, can I, pay you for the amount of hours that you work today and we can schedule you coming back again because I have
don't
to go
break
pick
your
up,
back.
Yeah, exactly. Literally do not break your actual physical back. And also like I have to go pick up my dog from boarding and the boarding place closes at a certain time and then she'd have to stay there. She just wrote, it's going to take me a little longer with a sad face emoji.
Oh no.
And then I said, no problem. Let me know what time you think you'll be done before. And then all she did was text me back a photo of my couch.
And how disgusting it is. Oh,
literally just texted me a photo of my couch with the cushions pulled off and how gross it was with no text, nothing other than
your couch looks like you did sand art in it.
Well, I have a furry beast that loves to go outside and roll in sand immediately.
I love that she just texted back and was like, "Oh, how long is it going to take? Look at your disgusting self."
Just said that. And then it took me. I like sat and waited.
She's the Mary of house cleaners.
Yeah. I sat and waited for like 5 minutes to see if there was going to be like a follow-up. Like,
right.
I'm just finishing your couch.
A before and after.
And then
to show her work.
I was like, is this one of those misfired texts? Like she meant to send this to someone else to be like, look how dirty this asshole's couch is.
Oh my God.
I'm reading too far into it.
I would do that all the time if I was cleaning a house. I'd be like, look at this sick fuck.
I laughed so hard when she just sent this back. I was like, you know what? She's right. I will give her all the money and she can stay as long as she wants.
She moved in.
But
Diana is still there.
I know. I was just like, yeah, I guess a picture says 1,000 words. I don't need to know any. Yeah, you can stay as long as you need.
That is amazing. But now your house feels immaculate, doesn't it?
Now I just want to be in it all the time because it's so wonderful. Yeah, it's worth it. And now Diana and I will have a fully continuous working relationship because I want her to constantly come back every couple of weeks and just like put her golden magic touch on everything and make everything cleaner.
There we go. We should get your chakras read.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, you filthy,
you nasty. Your feet chakras have rotted off. Oh no, I was going to say, as we're just having a conversation now about like we're adults and the things we're bad at.
Yeah,
I really need a pedicure.
Oh, I don't even want to. I need one, but I also don't. I want to like expose anyone to what's going on down there.
True. And I stubbed my toe real bad at Ralph's the other day. You know when you stub your toe and you go, oh no, is this going to be a toenail fall off situation?
Yeah,
I was limping through produce.
You're like, did I just break a toe?
Yeah,
you can't really do anything.
You can't do shit about a broken toe or a broken heart. For that matter.
Well, you can get a fucking
rebound
amethyst or something.
Oh yeah, totally. No, because I'm going to Mexico in a couple days, and they have such cute sandals.
Oh yeah,
things for sale. And I was just going, God damn it, I don't have time for a pedicure. It has been so long.
Yeah, you know,
it's a time commitment and to judging.
Yeah. Like I think a couple months ago.
Wait, I just thought about if Diana was a nail technician and she just sent you a picture of your feet while you're there. And she'd be like, you go for a pedicure, she's gonna be like, it's gonna be 2 hours. Oh really? I've got shit I gotta do. Takes a picture of your heels and text it to you as you sit in the chair.
Fair.
You know what? Fair. It's gonna take a long time.
I'll be here. No, I remember we went to the Banca Awards.
Yes, we did, which were some British digital
3 years
awards.
ago, 4 years ago, something insane like that. And I remember like a year or so ago, like finally being like, oh, I'm wearing open-toed shoes for some event. I need to just do a quick paint job on my toes.
Oh, yeah.
And the last color that was on there was from the Banca Awards, like 4 years ago.
Hold on.
How long it had been since I even
tried. Wait, when did you discover this?
Like a year ago.
Wait, hold on. Hold the fucking phone.
Because I was like, why do I still have some red nail polish on my toes? No. I haven't looked at them in a long time. And
it's been on there for 2 years? That's literally bonkers.
That is bonkers.
Oh my God, Grace.
Yeah, I know. Look, I don't take care of my feet.
Whoever does your next pedicure is like one of those people whose job it is to restore paintings from like
the people that
from the 1500s.
I'm just gonna have Joanna Gaines come in and just totally refinish my toes.
Shiplap.
Yeah.
Oh my. That is insane. I mean, like, mine's really bad. I will definitely have them on there for months. And I'm a real big proponent of just paint the ones that are showing in the shoe.
Exactly.
And so, like, I've had black toenails, but from paint. Let's clarify.
Curious.
From paint. Because it's the only color I had. And my pinky toe's been, like, just totally nude. It's like the toes decided to go goth, and the pinky toe was like, we want none of this. But I can't believe you had red on there from 2 years ago.
Yeah, years and years ago. Yeah, I was not, my mom never took care of like she did her own nail polish all the time. So like I can't even remember. I think the first time I got a manicure. Oh, that's what happened. Do you remember Nick, who does all of our like podcast stuff? That he's on our Patreon and all that. He and I went to college together, and he gifted Mamrie the other week.
It was amazing.
Beautiful gem. This old college film project that we did with my friend Michelle. And it's me and him acting in this thing that she wrote and shot.
It was as awkward and lovely as one would imagine a college shot film.
Yeah, and I totally had forgotten about it. But I had fully fake nails on.
You did?
I had like acrylic nails that I remember I went through.
Was that a phase?
Yeah, I went through a phase, a super Jersey phase where I would go tanning and get acrylic nails.
That is so Jersey.
And blonde hair with roots that still, is with me to this day. But yeah, I fully went and got acrylic nails. And that was the only time I ever like sort of kind of indulged in that world.
Yeah.
But it was just the maintenance I'm so bad at keeping up with.
It's bad. Also, I'm real ticklish. You've seen me almost kick.
Yeah, where did we get them at?
We got pedicures somewhere on the road, and once they start scruffing your heels, I giggle like a baby.
It's in a vlog of mine somewhere years ago, and you literally are like squeezing the chair arms, like trying
to. It's like I'm in a competition not to laugh. It's insane. I remember one time my mom came to New York to visit me, and you know when parents come to visit you and you're still very broke and you're like, what are the activities? But like also your family's also broke, so you're like, what are the activities
How
we
can I
do?
fill the hours of this day?
New York is expensive. Yeah, like I've never been the type where it's like my parents are coming to visit. They want to take us all out to dinner. Like no, that's just not my vibe.
We're taking the free ferry to look at Staten Island for a second.
Exactly. I hear they have $1 hot dogs. So she comes and I'm like, well, actually, pedicures are very cheap in New York. Yeah. So I take my mom for a pedicure and she's kind of quiet during it, which I'm like, oh, girl
Cute.
talk moment, but maybe she's ticklish, whatever. So we leave. Oh, God. I remember this. I remember the woman doing her feet's name was Lily. Like and she was so vividly. And we leave and I'm like, well, that was nice, right? My mom goes, oh, I just felt so bad. And, I didn't know this at the time. I'm like, oh, why? Because of the bad, harsh conditions and chemicals they have to have while trying to make a living.
Yeah.
But I was like, why? She goes, I mean, my feet are they were so bad that Lily just shook her head. She was shaking her head the whole time she did my pedicure. I go, what? She goes, she was just looking at my feet and shaking her head. No. I was like, Mom, she had a little a nerve condition. I was like, she had like a little bit of like palsy or something. That she was just shaking her head from a tick. Yeah. My mom, for 30 minutes, thought this woman thought her feet were so disgusting that she was shaking her head in like disappointment.
Oh no! That's an oh no all the way around.
I'm like, Mom.
Oh my God.
A, no one would ever do that. Like at work.
Hopefully.
B, like, were you about to cry? Like, was this whole experience scarring for you?
I thought you were relaxed and meditative. I didn't realize that you were insecure and on edge.
And being, like the whole time being like, I'm sorry, Lily. And my mom's the sweetest Southern lady of all time. So that really cracked me up. Oh, but other foot news.
Oh, give us some. This is our new segment.
All about feet.
Yeah.
They have started making, this was a news story I found. They have started making really lifelike silicone feet.
Yep, I saw
with
this.
vaginas in them.
Yep, they're what the fuck are they called? The thing that you fuck.
The thing that you fuck?
Your
fleshlight?
boyfriend. No, a fleshlight. Yeah, it's like feet fleshlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
How is this just now being invented when that many people have foot fetishes?
I don't know, or it's just finally being covered by the news.
Oh, got it. They finally perfected the human-like toe jam.
Yeah, the whole foot fetish industry is like, that's so 1999.
They're like, we've been attaching fleshlights to doll feet for 3 decades.
We've been VR feet fucking for years now.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I was like, this is some crazy ass news.
I did see that. Oh, okay. Here's a funny story. Well, not funny, but just I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So I said, yeah, the Valley Folk is working on this project, and I went and watched them shoot a couple things for it. And so I was like in a holding room with all the people that were there, with the people that are performing in this thing.
Vague.
Yeah, they've already said on their podcasts and stuff like that this is kind of a thing that's going on. But this woman, we're all kind of like talking because we had nothing else to do. And this woman started talking about like worst jobs. And she said that
right, because people are doing the thing on Twitter now,
where
they put up the 5 jobs that you've had. I'm like, is this like a weird way to humble brag that you've had the shittier job but are successful now?
That's what I don't understand, because there's no angle to it. It's like, no, like here are the worst 5 jobs I've had. It's just here are 5 jobs. Which I oddly find it fascinating, and I can't figure out why exactly.
Right? Yeah, it's because
what's
it's the
like,
hook.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure, and I think that's why I find it fascinating, is I can't figure out like
why.
What exactly the angle is.
Anyway, so you're talking about
this woman starts talking about like she did a patient study when she was like an undergrad.
Oh, where they test on you, etc.
With the medical students she got paid to be examined on.
Love it.
And then she got offered more to have breast examinations. And she was talking about how it was like 8 hours of her having to do like breast examinations, but she got paid way more. And so an undergrad...
Was it sponsored by a frat?
No. This was like legitimate.
I thought this was going to take a turn and someone's just been touching her boobs for a day.
Legitimate medical testing.
Okay.
But she's like, so somewhere on camera for some,
On cam?
Yeah.
On camera?
On camera.
Oh, no.
It's insane. But then the PA that was around us goes, you want to hear a similar and grosser story? And I was like, Yes, I
Go
do.
on.
I would love to hear a similar and grosser story. That he said that he roomed with like 2 chiropractors, and his best friend was a medical student, and they all had this like similar class together. And they had another friend that signed up to do a patient study in their class, but it was for rectum examinations. So this guy
on camera
had to have his butthole poked and prodded for like 8 hours in a lab. For money. And I was just like, and all
how
of us
broke are you?
Well, one, all of us were just kind of mouth agape hearing this story, and that I'm not sure exactly how to process it, because none of us are like real friends. Like we just all are kind of still strangers to each other at this point, just making like small talk and like polite, friendly conversation.
Yes.
And then 2, I was just like, I don't know what to do with this information now. That is similar and grosser than what that
just now. We thank you. We're about to be on camera supporting our people, and we've just are thinking about
I'm thinking about a friend of yours being his,
rectum rectified.
And for the sake of medicine.
But speaking of money and exposing body parts,
Go on.
We occasionally check our DMs.
Yes.
Our DMs get filtered on Instagram by, if you actually follow, it pops up. If not, it goes to a different folder.
Yeah, we have our settings set that way. You can change them if you want. But
totally. So you can see like when your friends are messaging you versus like someone commenting or wanting to tell you something. But we go and check those to see you guys listening to the podcast, etc.
Also, we repost a lot of like you guys posting that you're listening, and just FYI, heads up for anyone out there.
So this is heavy, but I don't buy it.
Okay.
I got a DM. Okay, you got to
heavy, but I don't
feet.
buy it is a piano.
Yeah. It's like the watermelon where you're like, this is too much watermelon, right? There's no way we're gonna get through this.
Okay.
So I get a message from someone, and I'll take out some of it, where he goes, "Hi, Mamrie, I'm a huge fan. I'm 22 and in hospice." I don't buy it though.
Okay.
I have $7,500 to blow on a last wish. I wish I could drink with you. They won't let me have fun. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to die. I'm going to die a virgin. And while I know this won't change anything, it would make me the happiest guy alive if you sent me a topless picture.
Oh my God.
I can send you money however you'd like. I can send it right away.
Oh my God.
This motherfucker's pretending to die to get a picture of my tits.
Are we sure that this is fake?
Who?
Mary, you got great tits.
I do have great tits, but 75
tits.
But like I feel like the gall for me to be like picturing someone. I don't think it's real. I send it to Chip. Chip goes, "Hey, make his day." I was like, no, this is a thinly veiled way to get D-list internet celebrities.
Did you take a screenshot of it?
Yeah, of course.
They can see when you take a screenshot of it.
Whatever, bitch. Okay. They're not gonna see anything else. But I was like, wow. I feel honored, but I don't buy it. But well played.
Wow.
Because I actually considered it. And Chip was like, yeah, I know that's the deal. I was like, if he invites me to if you're listening right now, you faker. If you really are,
oh my God.
If things are going down, I'll come to your hospital bed and flash you.
Whoa,
but
okay, I don't
but
know
no
how to feel
cameras.
about this.
But no cameras.
I don't know how to feel about this.
He's 22.
Also, I feel like we opened up. If you think you think he's lying about dying, but his age is correct.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
So anyway, weird way to end it, but I got that message. I was like, wow, I've never just seen a more complicated way to try to get a titty pic.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, creative.
Very creative.
I feel like we opened a floodgate.
No. Y'all don't send us creepy shit. We don't like it.
Don't send us creepy shit. The foot fetish person, albeit you seem very nice, you're
blocked.
You got blocked because there was a lot of different asks for feet situations in different ways that I was like, I can't keep entertaining
this. No, there hasn't been additional messages.
But I appreciate your support of our programming, and hopefully you continue to listen. And you did get that video that we sent you.
And now that he learned that you have paint on your toes from an award show 3 years ago,
oh, he fucking
I think he
came
blocked
out
himself.
of his brain right now.
I think you're blocked. I think you're blocked.
That's fair.
Anyway, this for sure got weird.
And remember us as we are now, because Mamrie's about to go to Mexico.
So hopefully I'll come back.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go podcast with one of the Queer Eye guys.
So much fun.
What a big Friday we have.
Guys, also remember to check out our Patreon.
Yes.
There's some super cool shit. Our pervs are slowly but surely getting their first shipment of perv boxes. There's only 69 people on that tier, so keep your eyes peeled for when a spot opens up, because they do occasionally.
Yes.
But we have all the other tiers that are so much fun and give you cool ass things.
And the mysterious other vague thing is that we are looking into live shows way more. Hopefully later in the summer.
It'll actually be a planned, not just one-off thing, like these are the cities and we're going to come to them.
So let us know, either if you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below where you guys live.
And then thumbs up if you also live there.
Yeah, so we can start figuring out a potential tour situation. And if you guys are just listening to this, tweet at us or go on our Patreon and leave a message on the board there and let us know.
We have a tier that's $5 a month. And it's so much fun. All right. Well,
it got weird.
I'm sorry about the end.